welcome to my channel. Today's video, I wanted to talk about the most important factor when it comes to manifestation and stuff that is something that people overlook, but this is what it's all about really. The main point that if you're not doing this, you need to be doing this. You need to start doing this, and it will become a practice and it becomes something that you do all of the time without even thinking about it. Where is your awareness? And what I mean by that is when you're thinking about that thing that you want to manifest, what is your awareness of it doing in the moment? So what is your feeling state? Are you aware you don't have it? Are you aware you really, really, really want it? Are you aware that it's moving further away from you? So your awareness of it is your feeling state around it, and what is yours doing? So you can be trying to manifest something and doing whatever it is that you do to manifest, and actually maybe feeling good when you're doing those things. So you think, cool, I'm feeling good. That's what it's all about. But really speaking, if you're doing that, but your awareness around the subject is not in alignment with having, then that is what it's key to notice. And then don't be afraid of it. Don't run away from it. Don't be, oh my God, that feels horrible. I don't want to notice that that's my feeling state. So I'm going to just bury that and carry on just doing what I'm doing and hoping for the best. You can deal with that easily, really, really simply. There's some simple things that I can talk to you about now. That what your awareness really is I'm saying about the feeling state, but it's your perception of what it is that you're thinking about, which is your awareness on the subject. The first thing to think is, what is my perception of it? Is that detrimental to me? So is that out of alignment with the fact that I want this? How can I tweak that perception? There's always another way to look at something. You'll be able to find another way to look at it. And if you're sort of racking your rational minds to come up with that way and nothing's coming, don't worry about it. Just leave it alone, go and do something else, distract yourself, even forget about it for a couple of days. Your subconscious mind will give you something. Something will spring to mind. You may be triggered by something. Something might happen, and then it might make you think about something, or it could just seemingly randomly drop into your head. You could be driving along, you could be at work, you could be watching TV. Something will happen and something will come to you that allows you to change that perception. As soon as you change your perception, your feeling changes. So your feeling state changes, your energy changes, your frequency changes. It's the whole kind of thing that works together. And then when you've made that tweak, if you go, does that feel different? And maybe it doesn't. And you go, okay, that doesn't feel different. I wonder why that doesn't feel different. So what you start doing is analysing those feelings. So your awareness at any given moment, you can analyse it and go, why hasn't that made a difference? Maybe it's made a huge difference. Brilliant. Well, I can really feel a difference. That's cool. I'm going to stick with that. If it hasn't made much difference, how can I change it differently? This obviously isn't the right sort of tweak. Subconscious, please help me find another way. This didn't work. Maybe it was my rational mind that came up with that. It didn't really feel any different. Wait for something different. So all of the time you're dealing with it, you're not allowing those feelings to carry on. You're not allowing your awareness of the situation to be the same. You're changing it. You're looking at, what can I do to change it? If you have a little shift and you feel, I can feel a tiny shift, little shifts are amazing, and you can just work with that little shift, and then in a week or so it will probably be a bigger shift. If it doesn't move much in a few weeks and it still feels slightly, stuff will start happening that will be different, but maybe it's not enough for you. So look again, how can I tweak this, what it is now, to be slightly different? So you're not going from the base one again, you're going from this one. How can I now tweak this one slightly differently? How does this feel? Does this feel differently? Does this give me a different internal feeling? So all that is, it might not be strong, but it might be very subtle. It might not be much at all. You might think, I don't even know if I can feel anything. The key thing is that when your awareness goes to the situation that you want to change, something that you want to be different, how do I feel? So the key things that you don't want to be feeling are, I don't have this, I'm waiting for this, where is it? All of the reasons that this can't happen, so you're bringing circumstances into it. How are you feeling? It's an overall feeling state, really. If you could sum up that feeling that you have, so that awareness of the situation, what would you say? What description would you give it? And that's the key to look at. And if it's the opposite of what you're wanting, or even you can feel it's far away from what you're wanting, then you want to change that. So again, the key thing to changing anything is your perception of it, because your reality is unfolding due to your perception of it. So if your perception is different, it will unfold differently. So changing your perception is key to changing that awareness of the situation. So you might just think, well, awareness of the situation is just aware of it, and you're aware it is. But yeah, but you're aware of it, based on your perception of it. Gives you a different feeling state. So it's the feeling states that are energetic, it's the feeling states that manifest that reality, that either, I don't know, are we shifting in reality, or are we creating, bending and shaping this reality as we go? I don't know. You don't need to know that. It's not important to know that. What's important to know is that you can change your life. You can allow those things in. And if you're going to ask me, what does alignment feel like, which a lot of people do ask me, alignment is just getting on with your life. Alignment is getting on with your life, knowing that you've set this intention and knowing that things can change in a heartbeat, or they can change gradually. You don't know how that's going to be in your life, and you don't want to focus on that part. But alignment is just that. And alignment is not keep going back to it and feeling the opposite, and not going back to it thinking, where is it? That is completely out of alignment with it. You're going to feel that occasionally, and that's fine. If you question it occasionally and think, I don't understand where it is because I feel like I'm in alignment, you just boost the signal. Go, I still want this. These are the reasons I want this. Feel those reasons, think, yeah. So to make yourself aware that you really do still want it, because sometimes we think we want things and we've been so long wanting them and thinking we want them that we haven't gone back to it, thought, do I really want this? So you're kind of boosting that signal. Go back and do that, sort of realign yourself with it in the moment, because you may have like drifted off course a little bit. So that's always, I find that really useful exercise to do. But really, awareness. Become aware of yourself, become aware of your feelings, aware of your perceptions on different situations, because I can see a situation one way. Like my friend can talk to me about it, my friends can talk to me about a situation that they're having or they're experiencing, and I'm thinking, I don't look at it like that at all. And I can go, oh really? Well, I would see this like this. And they go, really? Oh no. And then they think about it and think, oh well, maybe. Because it really is all in perception. So if I was having the same experience as them and perceiving that experience differently, it would start unfolding differently to me than it would to them. So everything is perception. Because perception is what causes that feeling state, is what causes the energy. And if you perceive things, let's say you perceive life in a way like everything happens to me, everything goes wrong. As soon as something good happens, something bad happens to cancel it out. That will always happen, because you may have seen that happen once in your life and it's gone in there like a little spell. So it just keeps unfolding like that. Your life then follows that pattern because you haven't looked at that program and erased it, dissolved it, deleted it, whatever, had a word with yourself and go, well, that's nonsense, because it is. It's just something that's gone in there, and it's an autopilot program that's running, showing to me in my life over and over and over. And this is precisely how I look at awareness. We go through life often and we want something, and we're either doing or we're not doing, or we're trying to detach, and we're working at it in whichever way works for us, but we're not actually becoming aware of what's going on internally in the moment and analysing it. And not being freaked out by it. When we suddenly become aware of our feelings and we think, oh shit, that's like completely, oh my God, I can feel the resistance there. The key is to not worry about it. It's just to go, why is that resistance there? Break it down into its smallest parts, and that will start making it lose its intensity. If you break it down into sort of logical parts and go, okay, I'm feeling like this because of this. Right, this happened. How could I look at that slightly differently? Can I look at it slightly differently? No, maybe you can't with that one thing. Okay, what else could be making me feel like this? Oh, well, this part of it, could I look at that differently? There'll be something you can look at differently. Break it down into small parts. See it as an exercise, as something that's going to be working for you when you practice doing this, doing something differently. And don't be scared of those feelings. Don't try and push them away. The worst thing you can do is pretend they're not there because you think you can't manifest if you feel them. They're there anyway. If you push them away, they're even stronger, because when they're working subconsciously, they're way stronger than when they're working like this with your mind. So just deal with them, bring them up, really, really feel them. I found a really good way, really negative stuff, is to really, really feel that negative stuff. Let it wash over me in its worst sense, like leave it there, and it'll feel horrible sometimes if it's something really horrible, but it will start losing its intensity because it kind of has to if you let it out there. But if you keep damping it down, pushing it away, as I like to describe to clients sometimes, it's like a jack in a box. Sometimes that lid is going to flip and that thing is going to come flying up at you. So don't do that. Don't suppress emotions and feelings like that. Let them out there, deal with them, and allow them to become less intense, which they will, because they kind of have to, because once they're out there and you're dealing with them, they can't then fly under the radar and impact you without you kind of really realizing what impact they're having. That's my advice on the subject. That's what's worked for me, and all I'm going to do here is talk about what's worked for me. I hope that this was useful. I'm a manifesting coach, I'm an author, and I'm a mindset coach.